this going, but yeah, just to save everyone some time, we can just kind of get started here. Our November meeting and call it to order. But first up would be minutes. Has everyone had a chance to look those over? And did they have any adjustments?
I saw no adjustments.
I saw a minor grammatical error on the staff report, item 3. Staff did have anything to report, did not have anything to report, I suppose.
It's the opposite, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one small adjustment, was there anything else?
With that adjustment, I move that we approve the minutes.
Second.
Are approved with that one slight grammatical adjustment.
So just a question, just because we're new to this, will you make that correction and then resend it?
I know, how does that work?
I think that's probably, just make the correction and then resend it to Emily. And then
Okay.
she'll post the corrected, because she has to put that it's corrected. So basically just put corrected as approved.
Corrected as
corrected.
approved.
Approved as corrected. Sorry.
Corrected as approved.
Change that.
Approved as corrected. So just.
Okay, great. And then I think staff reports next.
Okay. I don't actually have anything to report that's not in the RP, but Emily gave me this to bring, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to give this to you guys. I don't think this is an agenda item. It's the 2025 training series. So I just wanted okay, yes. So they kind of revamped the training session for board members. And I'll take them. And my understanding is that you can choose one of those 4 to complete your training for the year, or you can do more, of course, but you can pick which one would like.
It's nice. It's nice to have a lot more options. To
It is
be able
nice.
to
And to be able to plan ahead, like knowing the dates.
pick ones that are
So-
They're all Thursday nights, so I can't go to the.
Oh,
Oh, are they really all on
Yeah.
Thursdays?
goodness.
I'll talk to her about that. It's for a different state.
maybe one of them
Alex
could be a
said-
different day, yeah.
Yeah, Alex says that's the one day that most people have free, so
Interesting.
they shoot for Thursday evenings.
For me, it's more like a Tuesday.
Do you know if they'll record these ones as well?
I don't, but I can find out. I'm sure that they.
Sometimes the ones I don't have, they're like just like in the background during an office day.
Did everybody receive the email? I just want to make sure everybody's getting the email. Yes, cool.
Yeah, no, that
Oh,
one
no.
first.
Okay.
I know, sorry, making you jump all
No,
around.
that's okay. No. Okay. So the traffic signal box RFP, we were approved for $12,000 and we figured that was gonna be about 8 boxes. These are the boxes that Amanda provided to me today. I saw the list. I thought that list was existing, so I didn't really look closely at it.
Oh,
I should
sure.
have looked closer. I was like, I know she had this list somewhere, but so these are the ones that we're thinking. I am awaiting an answer back from Jim Pedasani. He's the youth maintenance chief who is in charge of the signal boxes in Helena, to find out what he needs from us to get the permission to do them. I talked to the previous guy that was in charge of it at first, and he said he doesn't think there'll be a problem, but there may be something I have to sign or something that just, making sure that we don't obstruct the cabinet and things like that. So I don't see any problem, but I'll know for sure before we post anything. And then, I wanted to know if you guys, I didn't do the math yet. $500 is what we've paid in the past. If we're thinking that's still an appropriate number. I know that the cost of the wraps is gonna be more than last year, or the last time. I should say.
It's for about 800.
Yeah, and they're definitely more now, but
Mhm.
even if we pay 500 for 8 boxes, that's $4,000. We have, can they say 12?
Mhm.
Can they say 12? So I don't know, what are your thoughts? I just left that the same for now, like,
I think 500 is still a fair payment for the artists.
Especially since it's just providing the design.
Yeah, it's pretty low impact
Mhm.
for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so.
okay, so we'll leave that. This part is the exact same as before, just that there's 2 phases, the design itself and then the wrap, and it just basically talks about how this RFP does not include phase 2, that the city will take care of that part, which is the actual providing of the wrap and placement of it. Eligibility, so this is what I think we've talked about in the past about maybe changing this. This is where we want to maybe consider only local artists. That what we're thinking, so. We never truly, that I remember, defined what we would mean by local. Do we want to say Helena artist? Do we want to say Lewis and Clark County? Do we want to say Montana? Do we just want to say local and it be kind of loosey goosey? What do you guys think?
What did we do for the band shell RFP? Did we, or I think in that one, we were just saying like, there may be preferential.
Preference, right?
Mhm.
Because we weren't trying to say that that's.
We
And
discussed
but I know
with
in
tri-counties, since a lot of those people do their shopping and things in Helena, part of the community.
I peeked at a document that you guys have or something, maybe some kind of planning document, your brainstorming document. And there was a little section at the, like on the first page that kind of summarized things and it talked about like opportunities for local artists and this was listed under there. So that's kind of where I got that from.
Totally.
We could just say Helena area artists, and if somebody shows up that's flagrantly not from around here, then
Well,
we could say that's not Helena area.
a lot of times when people are service people, Greater Helena,
Greater,
and so that tri-county
yeah,
encompasses that,
Yeah, I like it the more we can leave it open to interpretation.
because we have all these small little communities right outside of Helena,
Yeah.
city limits, and our city limits are pretty small.
yeah, and so far, I don't think for these we've had anybody apply who's like from Bozeman or
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Nebraska or something. It's usually people that read the IR.
Totally.
Okay, so is that what we were thinking? Just the greater Helena area? Okay.
I like that.
Like on this keyboard either. This is the timeline I'm thinking of having it posted by January 7th. With a submission deadline of February 12th, which is a week before the February meeting. So we could review them at the February meeting. With a final selection by, I just said in March, but I mean, we'll probably decide that night at our meeting. I think would then give us enough time for the sign place to get them placed by late spring, early summer when it's the weather's right. Thanks. Great.
Yeah, seems like plenty of time.
Okay. All of this is the same, other than I changed the date. sure we don't have measurements of all these boxes like Max did last time. But I think that it might be worth waiting until I get approval from the state in case they say, well, maybe not that, I doubt they would, but so we can get a final list and then whether you would mind doing it again, if not, we, Troy or I.
Yeah, that's easy.
So go do
Yeah.
it.
I've got bandwidth to do that.
Okay. The one thing that really confuses me, and it confused me last time, is we're listing out these traffic boxes. And we're giving them dimensions of what they are ahead of time, but they're not applying for a specific traffic box. And when we get to the criteria here in a minute, that's what I really want to look at, because what doesn't make sense is we say appropriateness of the location, but they don't know the location that they'll be placed. We're deciding that after the fact. We're like saying, oh, this would be a good fit for, this is by a school, so this would be good there. So I don't know if we want to look at changing that in some way. And I don't know how much the actual dimensions help either of every single one. Maybe the range to say it's between here and there, but the template has the smaller sizes on the template. So it's more like designed for the smaller and more expanded. I don't know. But I was just,
Maybe
when
we
I was
should give
reading
it the
through
size of the bigger one, so we don't lose resolution margin.
it's true. So
I
I
feel-
have to change the template.
That seems to fit under that B submission requirement there. Like color and design should be visually effective from a distance and scalable to a variety of dimensions. And then you could list the potential dimensions there, but that way the scalability is on them.
Yeah, and that is how we had it worded, but the actual template that we have is, the template is the smaller. It's the smaller one and not the bigger one. And I haven't looked to see if the scale is the same, or if it's a little bit different. We could redo the template.
It's about the same, and I think most, it's folks either kind of provided different art for different sides, and then we just kind of cropped it, or they made a big print that was kind of wraparound. Right. Or I think there's also an alternate option if someone just included just like a single image that we really like, that they could then be like mosaic or something. I've known that one in Bozeman at the Bear downtown. I think theirs is just like painting, and then they just did it like smaller versions, like a mosaic on the sides. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for how, depending on the art, how we want it to lay out on these, or if it is something that we could interpret for them.
It's nice for the artists to not be having to think too much about that while they're designing too. Because some of them will want to do a wrap, some of them will want to do panels. We can always do some editing after we select them too.
Yeah, and maybe providing like the examples of what we did this last time will help people to know that it can be a wraparound or or individual images that all work together as like a family.
True, we've got enough previous material to show them what's possible.
Yeah, I think, them being able to see what we've done, I think would be really helpful for
Well,
them.
we could share with the RFP, the document you created that has the 3 different.
Oh, yeah, the
pairs
reference
with
sheet.
That, you can use that.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay. So this was the criteria from before. Can't be artwork that's been used before, must use the template. Must include all the sides, and can't have certain things on it. It's here,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
talking about number 2 where it says that,
Maybe we also do kind of appropriateness of the concept to the greater Helena community. Or something
That's
like
kinda
that.
what
Yeah.
something to change it to. Location could mean Helena, but I'd hate for somebody to design it specifically for,
Certain spot, and then they don't get that spot.
Yeah.
yeah,
What do we
Helena
think
I bangle and then we put it on.
No.
But that'd be fun. Actually, that's funny. So one year my son's soccer pitcher, I think it was like sophomore year or something. It was Kevin Hudson, if anybody remembers him from Helena Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Ways a couple years ago, but anyway, I got his packet. And he was a Bengal and it had Bruins across the top. So like the template he used was the Bruins. He
Oh,
did the
no.
whole team that way.
Well,
It was a fun. We had a lot of fun with it, that's for sure. Anything else is it or send it? Questions? Legal mumbo jumbo, and then the submission form we just asked. For that information, their contact information, the title, that's a short description. And so we've never asked in the past, and I don't know if we need to, but I don't think we do. You know, we've asked for the bigger projects, we ask for like a resume or previous
Oh, yeah.
work, but
I think this one's
This
pretty
is kind of-
dry.
a lot of times for amateurs. And then this is the template. So as you can see, like it was the smaller 30 by 18, this is the 30 by 18. So I guess my question, Amanda, mainly to you, because I think you probably made this template originally, is can I just change the dimensions, or do you think it needs to be drawn to a different scale?
I think the scale is fine. Maybe
Okay.
maybe we could just remove the dimensions that are listed within the template itself, since it kind of shows the overall above.
Oh, sure, I could do that way.
Just change the labels,
Yeah, just to kind of
Just to say
simplify
front,
it.
Back, side, front.
or
side.
maybe we'll find after we measure that there's an odd one. As I recall, there was just one that was obscenely bigger than the others, and
Mhm.
then the others were all within a couple inches
For the last.
for the last
Yeah.
batch of them. yeah.
Right, so.
I remember, I think even one of the artists, like the graphic they ended up providing ended up being way smaller than I thought we needed, and then even when you view it from far away, it still looks good, even though you get close and it's blurry. So it's really just kind of being nitpicky.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we specified 100 DPI, which isn't terribly high resolution anyway.
Yeah, I think most people should be able to. And I've got enough Photoshop skills, I could kind of fixed up some
Gotcha.
pieces and kind of mirrored some things to kind of get it. But I'm happy to do that again if any art calls for it.
okay, well, that's the end of the RFP. I mean, this is always a pretty easy one since we've done it 4 times now and.
Great, maybe for public comment, do you have any thoughts?
Just one little thing, section 3, number A, phase 1. It says $500 per box design. So you could get some like little rules lawyers, like I submitted 5 designs, so I get $25,000. So if you maybe per box design selected.
For selected.
Selected.
Mm.
I don't think anyone would do that, but you always hear those stories where like, well, it says 0.01 cents, so I'm only paying 1 cent for 100
say-
things.
Yeah, maybe you could do like per chosen box design. Or
Approved.
for winning box design.
Yeah,
Winning
so
box
it does
design.
say, it says selected
Selected,
here,
yeah.
Mm,
That's probably good then.
yeah, that's probably fine.
but I could see that if. A selected artist has submitted more than one.
Mm.
Um,
Mm. Loophole.
Yeah. But they also, they have to complete an agreement with us, so once we select them, we send them and it's just a little 1-sheet agreement, it's not like our big, huge contract, but. So maybe I should almost add something like that, so
Yeah,
I'll wordsmith that,
Cool.
in my office and I can think about it a little bit better, but I'll probably add. And that language might be in there later about the agreement, I think it is, but I'll just double check.
They still have to go through some hoops to be able to get paid and chosen
Yeah.
after we recommend them. Oh, but this is great. Thanks again, Bridget.
Turn the mouse all over the place. Okay.
Wearing all sorts of hats today.
again.
You're not feeling it.
You're gonna talk about the next shell mural. Oh, I didn't bring my stuff. Okay, that's fine. I can wing it. So this one's been fun.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of research on Memorial Park, I can tell you that much. I think I might have told you that in the previous RFP for the current mural. They kept calling it Veterans Memorial Park throughout the whole RFP. So I was like, is it Veterans Memorial Park? It's not. So I found the original resolution from 1946. When it was established.
Got deep.
Did get deep. But I did find that the park was in the resolution that the park was established as a memorial to residents that served in the armed forces. So it was, because I wasn't sure, I know there's a Veterans Memorial out there, but I wasn't sure if that's what it meant by Memorial Park as well. It could have meant many things, so I did find that out. So I did go to the most recent meeting of the Veterans Memorial Foundation. And they are the group that basically provided the memorial that is there. That was done in 1949. The park was established in 1946. So it's all very historic. And they are going to provide formal feedback at their next meeting in December to us in what they would like to recommend as any language that we may put into the RFP. What I do know is they would like to see it still be somewhat, and I'm going to use the word patriotic. That may not be the word they use. We asked them to try to define what they mean by patriotic. And what we kind of got just off the cuff from them at this last meeting was red, white, and blue. So my question then was, does that mean you're going to want the whole design to be red, white, and blue? They didn't really answer that. I think that they were no, but they really do like the fact that the arch has the red, white, and blue. What I did learn is that originally when the RFP was put out for the orchard that we had before the current one, that the wings with like the soldiers and the flags was after the fact. So the original RFP was only the actual shell, and the red, white, and the blue, and the soldiers and the flags and everything, that was actually done because of the Veterans Foundation. And it was added. So that's why that part's so important to them, is they definitely feel a lot of ownership for that piece of it. And so they're a little bit more concerned about that piece. One thing that they had asked is if we could just leave that part and only do the band shell. We talked to them in great detail about changes inevitable. We need to make a lot of repairs. We're going to have some great designs that I can't wait to see. And I'm sure that there'll be something even greater and better than what we currently have. So that's kind of where it's been left. So myself and the Parks Director are going to meet with them in December to gather from them the information, and then I'll bring it back here. So it is going to be a bit of a process. We also have reached out to the Capital City Band. They used this and they did give feedback also in the last round when they did that mural. So the last time, both of these organizations gave feedback. There was also a public meeting held, which today my boss was supposed to have his one-on-one with the city manager, and he was going to ask about this, but it got moved to Monday. So unfortunately, I can't tell you anything about that yet, but we are asking him his opinion on what our next step should be, other than meet with the Veterans Memorial Foundation. But do we need to do a public meeting? Do we need to bring like these recommendations from from you all, from the Veterans Foundation? Do we need to bring this maybe to the commission to get their direction before we put it out? We don't know. We may not have to do that much, but we just want to make sure that we don't do something too fast and it backfire. So we just want to cover all our bases. So on top of that, one good thing is I'm gonna apply for the TIF grant to match what we have already budgeted so that we can repair the band shell because it's in really bad shape. There's a lot of the stucco on the wings is like coming out, so the wood behind that is probably rotten. If you've gone up close to the mural, you can see that like the wood is and the paint's chipping away. It's gonna need to be probably more than just pressure washed. It's probably gonna need to be sandblasted or something. And if there's enough money, we'll add some lighting or some acoustics or something like that. That's been being requested of that area for a long time. So we're gonna make it a bigger project. than just
Yeah,
the mural.
structures.
Awesome.
whatever.
Yeah, so I've already checked with community development and they are in agreement that we can consider it one project. So since we have 20, we can apply for 20 and see if we can get that. But, and then Parks is currently trying to get a quote for that repair to the stucco. He hasn't gotten a number yet. But I do know that the guy that would do the stucco repair most likely can't get to it until mid to late spring, which may push us back. So unfortunately, it may not be a timeline that we originally would want. We'll have to wait and see. But
That's right. It's nice
So
to
that's
know
where
that
we're at.
people are talking about it and the wheels are moving.
definitely a
Like
lot
that
to talk about it.
There'll be a lot more time.
There's,
Yeah.
yes,
It seems like that logistical delay may be better for the public comment period.
So I'll continue to keep you updated as we go.
Yeah, thank you.
But I should have at our December meeting at least be able to let you know what the veterans we have found dates and what they're.
At least as patriotic as an apple orchard.
Yeah, right.
And that's what I
A thousand
can't
tiny
find.
hands.
That's what I can't find is I can't find information before that.
Yeah.
Because it was already the Veterans Memorial was already there when that was done. And that was done in the 80s or something. So yeah.
It seems like those were maybe kind of more like community projects, you know, or maybe it was like the YMCA or something, you know, where it didn't go through that whole process. It was just like, oh, this needs to, you know, probably falling apart. Let's make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. the
Did you
community.
ever find a design that was on it before the orchard?
Wasn't it just the orchard with the little hands?
I think the hands were after the orchard or
The
maybe over the
handprints
top.
are the orchard.
Yeah, that's what I was
So if you
recalling.
blow up the orchard,
Yeah.
if you zoom in to the details on the orchard, the bottom part is all hand.
Oh, okay, that's
That's what it is. So that's what I'm
about kid
saying.
height.
Yes. about kid height.
I
Yeah.
seem to recall it being something else when I was a kid, but I have
Stars.
no recollection.
Oh, stars.
There were stars?
Oh, like a night sky?
Yeah.
I think you might be
Oh, I
right,
think
yeah.
that is, no, that's in that same design.
Oh, it goes up. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the
Yeah.
orchard, and then it goes up to the night sky.
No, when I was young, there was no trees.
Oh, maybe it was.
There was
just-
no trees?
You would know. Yeah,
When I was
any
young.
Helens would.
I haven't been able to find any photos of it.
No, but
Find
that's
any.
just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, what you can
Yeah.
recall.
I can't find anything. No, it's in Hamletardo. I was like,
Right.
You,
No, it
and
was
she said,
stars. It
okay.
was, but
I think you're right, that's ringing a bell.
Well, if anybody finds anything, please send it to me.
And
I guess it's
historical
that big
studies.
blank window, and then it was just white before that.
No.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it actually looked pretty striking when it was, you know, back in the 40s. It was all kind of bright white,
Yeah. Those are cool.
which was really pretty. Painted white.
Yeah, that's
That's the public recommendation.
I kind of like that idea, actually, yeah. Just clean, it'd make the band show up really good.
Yeah.
Make everyone happy.
Yeah.
well, the sad thing is I looked at some pictures of the band and they wear white shirts and black pants. They don't wear like full on black.
Yeah, I've performed on that stage in the summer before. It is death.
Oh,
It's
just the
just
heat.
hot and the sun reflects at you from all angles, so you just get
Mm.
sunburned on every exposed part.
So maybe some fans is a good improvement, like some fans.
Yeah.
To blow their sheet
Shade.
music.
Yeah.
So he was complaining about.
Oh, yeah.
Turn off the air, the street music's blowing. Like, the crowd is hot.
And the crowd also, they all disappear because there's no shade for
Mm.
the audience either in that field.
That's such a tricky space, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Timing is everything. The Brewfest does well because everybody brings tents.
Mm. Places to hide.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the schedule is gonna be a little tricky too with summer because of the summer programs that are done there. In fact, they told me that Kay's Kids does lunch on the band shell every day because of the shade. But they think that they can work around that.
Well, potentially even if the stucco work has to go till spring, like as long as the artist is selected, you know, and like that, those wheels are turning, like maybe that artist could even wait till like early fall when everyone's back in school. And then it's just like you're not trying to work around everyone's schedules.
Right. That's kind of what I was hoping. for.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can do it
hoping they
like a
don't.
sphere in Vegas and just make it LEDs so you can change the design.
We're gonna need some more TIF funds.
Yes. More funds.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, look forward to hearing more information on that. So, yeah, keep it moving, improving. But thanks again. Okay, what do we have next here? Oh yeah, term limits review. Is this one that,
That's not, is this me too?
yeah, I think so. All right, it was an Emily, yeah.
Okay, so I have not listened to. I don't know why this came up either. Did somebody maybe ask, I mean, do you guys wanna know? Is that like, do you wanna know
I think maybe it
what
just
the terms
happened
are?
the same time. I think maybe it's just a year ago we went over it, or that a lot of people's terms are expiring maybe.
Okay, so let's see. Well, this hasn't been updated. Oh, no, it is. Okay, so this year, on December 31st, some of you, your term is ending. Amanda, yours, 12/31/2024. I know you have reapplied.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, oh, thank God.
4 more years, 3 more years.
3.
3.
3. And then Rebecca. And I'm just not here, but same with hers. So she's just interim right now.
Oh, that's right. She stepped in on some wheels.
And I believe it must be hers. I just got another one yesterday.
Yeah, I
It
think
came
she's
through,
in the
so,
email.
yeah, so she's real. 2025 will be Max and Jeannie. And then Chelsea Renee are 2026. So to maybe just clarify how the terms work, some people are appointed interim. They take over a spot that typically if it has less than a year left in it, they'll do interim. And so that doesn't count towards your total. So you can serve a total of 2 terms. So that's a total of 6 years that you can do. And if you have an interim appointment, you can have your interim plus 2 full terms. So for those of you that have done that, just remember that. I think that's what got you confused this year, yeah. And so currently, Rebecca's in an interim, and Chelsea's in an interim, and Renee's was a regular term. So Renee's in her first term. And Rebecca's in an interim. Yeah, sweet.
You started on time.
Excellent.
Punctual.
Anyway, that's,
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's.
So you get 2 terms plus an interim?
Yes, yeah.
And the term, the
Terms are 3
Three
years.
Yeah, so you're actually in your first term right now, which expires the end of next year, the end of 2025. And then you can do a second one if you want.
Just trying to share my screen for that presentation.
Oh. It pop up on that screen.
Next, I see the two little icons. And the little red icon. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Enter the password for CC3 on
It's presentation with a capital P. It shows your comments that you should have.
Yeah.
Log out. Okay, did you get on the first? Mhm.
It shows up.
Oh, share play.
In their screen. Down the tab screen.
Should just be able to.
Is it a video file? That's gonna be. Maybe we want to- There we go. Okay. Oh, that was the password. Okay. Look at me go. Thank you guys. Being patient. Put up. Cool. All right. Well, I just wanted to kind of take us through this. Megan Malkin from the Sixth Ward shared this with me. This is like a light artist who did some work in Butte not too long ago. That was really there was a lot of press about it, which was really cool. But it's this artist that basically gives ghost art new life, or creates that makes that ghost art animated, or basically just I wanted to show us some different ideas for different kinds of public art we could explore. And what's cool about this is he includes his prices, just for like education purposes. I can kind of quickly take us through it. But yeah, worldwide historical restoration using augmented installations that reanimate faded advertisements known as ghost signs to engage local communities and these fading artifacts. But yeah, it's really, really cool stuff. But his work begins with like historical research, exploring the story of the business or the sign painter. And so it's a pretty involved process, which is really cool. And then he goes and kind of digitizes that ghost art or all the different layers of that ghost art. Because sometimes, as we know, there can be like lots of layers there. So then his work will then kind of bring certain ones to the forefront that you didn't know were there necessarily. It says that his ideal candidates are palimpsests, which is cool because we have the palimpsest mural here in town. So I'd never seen that word used otherwise. But yeah, in his example here, it shows like the 3 different ones that he was able to come up with. But what's cool about this kind of work, yeah, that it's non-damaging and non-invasive. So you don't have to like, there's historical restoration or the piece itself isn't being touched at all. It's just light.
How long does it last?
It's just at, well, he goes through different ones too at the end, where some it's just like a one-off,
Like an event?
an event,
Day?
yeah, or a week of events, and then he goes into the end of permanent installations in some locations, so, which I didn't know that was, you know, an option. But yeah, option 1, temporary event pop-up. Temporary 1 or 2 night event with on-site projector, generator, and laptop. Which is cool. Especially for something like Parade of Lights or something.
Yeah,
It's kind of what I thought of. But yeah, then it goes into what the pop-up looks like. It's the majority of the work that they do, and it's the most cost effective. And then this is just showing that one-off installation, yeah, one-night installation. Option 2 is permanent light fixtures. Our recent explorations enable a more cost-effective, long-term permanent solution. So this is where electrical boxes and projection materials would be installed on the side of the building, so that way it could be on at all times. If it requires on-site power, mounting fixtures. And yeah, a little bit more involved, but pretty cool. Oh, and then there's a permanent projection. This is one. Oh, I think this is the Neon Sign Museum in Las Vegas. Cool. Yeah, these are super long term.
that's great.
Yeah, just wanted to get down pricing estimates.
I love that he's a specialist in this. He
Yeah,
only does
nobody else is
project-
really doing this.
Yeah. Our sign shops do it quite a bit,
Mhm,
but it's something usually they've only done it once or twice.
mhm. Exactly. Oh, so I kind of see what the difference. So permanent light fixture, I think, is where it is just stays as one image, or it's like a slides through images.
Yeah,
And permanent projection would be more, I think, kind of animation, movement, kind of bringing that stuff to light rather than just kind of highlighting
you can add pictures whenever you want.
it.
Gobo would be a permanent.
Yeah.
One picture all the time. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not really sure if this would be something that would be a great fit for Helena, but it's just great to know that it's an option, you know, because I was just thinking of things in terms of like, you know, how cold it gets in Montana and things like that. But it's still just really cool, and really cool that I think he kind of got one of his first big projects. Yeah, was in Butte that he kind of was seeing out there.
Anyways,
It seems like that would be a
Craig
good idea
Wilson.
for like a large area with
it's love.
potential water damage, like
Mhm.
that one above the base camp.
Yeah, that might actually be more cost effective than
Yeah.
painting.
Mm.
That would look cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice them watching.
Be cool at nighttime at least. Yeah.
And I think his work mainly focuses on like ghost art, but that's not to mean that like you could find another artist. It would just be like a night projection, you know, and like explore like a similar idea. I'm sure there's people out there that do, you know, similar things. His focus is really just like on history and ghost art, which is something we have a lot of in Helena, and especially Butte.
Amanda, when you looked through this, did
Mhm.
you happen to notice if he provided any information on like the lumens projected and things like that? The Helena does have like ordinances and things like that. So I'm just curious about like if it's projecting up, if it's very like how much light pollution it creates.
I think in terms of like, say like the permanent light fixture one, it really doesn't. It's pretty, at least with the work I've done with projection mapping, it's pretty focused.
Mhm.
And I think too, you can kind of dial those machines up and down for how bright you want it, or if you want it to be something that kind of fits the space a little bit better. But
Yeah,
yeah,
also,
cool.
I'd also be curious about, I think it's very cool. But I guess if it's something that we look into doing, those two things I would probably have to look into is one, it's compliance with night skies, and then two. If the city would consider it signage at that point or not,
Mhm. Or maybe public
And-
art or.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, so,
That's true. There are exemptions for ghost signs, but sometimes
But
brands
if you-
like Coca-Cola or something walk all over that.
or
'cause
just the
it's
fact that
filled
it's
with
now
chemicals.
lighted, because there are.
Yeah.
And I believe that there's, I don't know if it's already gone through or if it's something that's in the works, but I know that they either revamped or are revamping. Lighted signs.
Yeah,
and
where you
like-
have to take it off at 11 PM.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It has to be
stuff like
so
that,
far away from residential.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think too, go with
I
like
sat through that, so I mean,
Did you?
like the
Of course
def-
you did.
the definition of ghost art too, I think it's like if it's a business
I
that
have
is,
one.
doesn't exist anymore too, and that could help it kind of be differentiated. You know, where like the Firestone, does still exist kind of thing, but if it was a, business that didn't exist, it was more about historical context, maybe that could be a.
Right.
A loophole.
I mean, I think it's definitely doable, I just think we'd have to identify those obstacles.
I
Yeah.
think that's a good thing to consider because they just revamped it.
Just, yeah,
And it's pretty.
It's strict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like thinking.
but does it mention public art?
Right,
everything's
no,
like
that's what I said.
loopholes,
That's what I
like,
thought.
But yeah, and I don't, there's no particular project that I could think of right now, but this is just definitely something I've kind of wanted to put
A welcome to Helena Mountainside.
yeah, right. Just the seed there in case when we look at ghost art around town and maybe think of, this as an option to consider for a future recommendation, or then to kind of hash out those things of like, what's the light around it that would affect it, there's just so many pieces there, but it's cool to know that this is a potential medium.
I think there's apartments right there. Of course, they don't want to light shine.
Totally, or
This
like
is
if
in
it goes
Chicago.
off at a certain hour, or I'm sure if we were to ever get to a point, I'm sure that an artist like this would then have a lot of those answers already pretty fine tuned from probably going through this with lots of other cities.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Cool.
that's all I got. Cool. Stop sharing. Now I know how to do that, so that's cool.
Did you
No one
know
else
how to
in
do
the
that?
iPad.
Curious.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Okay, well then with that, do we have any public art event and promotion opportunities?
I know of a cool thing on Friday
Mm.
that a little self-interested because I'm performing at it. But the Last Chance Public Radio has been doing fundraisers for about 40 years, and they never had a radio station. Now we have one. I say we because I've been playing their fundraisers for a few years. At Helena College has paid for a studio. They've got a studio that students are already learning how to operate it, but it's a public radio affiliate, so but it's mainly geared towards locals. So they're not gonna be chasing syndicated shows. They're trying to do as many local DJs and show hosts as they can. And they're doing their annual Holter on Friday. If you want to go learn more about that.
What time?
5:30, the doors open. And there are 3 bands. Yeah, and
Thanks.
the board members will be there to answer more questions that I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think they want to have it operational by the first of the year.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And then do we have any items for the next agenda that anyone can think of? It'd be pretty, especially now that the band shell kind of taking a little bit, longer. I think all I could think of is that, getting that veteran group feedback would be fantastic. Seeing some kind of combine all the feedback into one usable format.
Oh, just a question, we probably looked this up in previous minutes, but when does our community collaboration RFP go out for this next one?
So I don't know this next year if we have one, so I don't know if we ever asked for one. Because back when we didn't know if we were still figuring out the application process, that when that recommendation round went around, unfortunately. So, because we didn't know if like that was gonna be the way we could do it going forward, and it wasn't until we were like, oh, okay, this works and it works this way, that we then asked for it again.
Okay.
So there might be,
Thinking for this current year, Brand?
When do we do it again?
I don't think it's this year.
yeah, I think it would
should
be 20.
It was in your proposal for next year,
Mhm.
right?
There are several community people that are working on projects, and
Oh.
I would love to tell them when they can apply for this sort of thing.
It might be
Take a while.
another year, I
Okay.
think. But then hopefully, depending on future committees, it could just be something that every single year moving forward is then that they can plan for. So.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, with that, is there any final public comment?
Just a art idea, this roof back here, it's very blank, and it'd be cool if there was like some mural in the middle of the city county building.
Oh, in the courtyard
Yeah.
area?
I don't know if it would be safe for people to do something on there, like obviously people aren't gonna walk on there. Normal people, but like, is it safe for the artist to go on there and do something? I don't know.
That'd
But
be cool.
I just think that'd be really cool to have something there.
It is.
Yeah.
It's definitely something when we get down to our next round of kind of strategizing, we can put it down in the idea list and hash it out.
It's true. Everybody that works in this building works so hard to make the rest of the community nicer, but we could make the workplace a little nicer.
And you know, if it's pretty enough, people might go up and take a picture of it. I don't know.
Right?
I know the city manager won't let us put a hot tub and a cabana out there. We were like,
What?
Not yet.
But what if we recommend it? Couple garden hot tub.
We vote for someone who will.
Call it experiential art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, what? Oh,
We
well, with
just
that,
took a peek at the budget for this year, and it is just the traffic signal boxes on the band, you know,
Okay.
for this year.
yeah, I think because we were worried the fan shell was gonna be so big.
Yeah, that was an unknown. We didn't
Mhm.
know what we were contributing.
I have that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second that motion.
Thanks, thank you guys.
Minute.
Easy,
Part
oh,
of an hour.
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Took me a couple of
Nice
years,
job.
but we
Thanks.
figured out how to get it
Got
in
it.
a timely manner.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I know, it's already here. Ay, ay, ay.